Hello Fanatics, I'm Dylan Phillips and let's talk about Season 3 of the CW's Riverdale. First we'll tell you our recap of the show, followed up by our review, and then we'll finish off with telling you if it's worth the watch. Created by Roberto Aguirre-Sacasa, Riverdale follows the story of Archie Andrews, a high school student who lives in Riverdale, a small town that is unaware of the darkness and weirdness hiding beneath its wholesome facade. So, recap time. The main story of Season 3 revolves around the return of a mysterious game called Griffins and Gargoyles and its repercussions on the town of Riverdale. Archie is sent to juvenile detention and forced to face off against Hiram numerous times as both take shots at each other. Veronica helps with the family business and starts to understand the toxic relationship between her parents as she is constantly forced into different situations of debt and destruction. Jughead finds himself at the center of the mysteries revolving around G&G as he searches to unmask the elusive game master, the Gargoyle King. Finally, Betty is forced to confront the newest threat to Riverdale's safety in the Farm, a supernatural cult which preys on the vulnerability of the citizens' insecurities. Everything comes to a head when the Core Four are forced to confront their adversaries, past and present, to make sure Riverdale survives the night and lives on. With the success of Sabrina the Teenage Witch, Riverdale's third season decided to take a more supernatural route with its storytelling. And with this, it still managed to embrace the campy teen fun and private investigator tone that had imbued the essence of this series. However, while this is one of its greatest strengths, it is also one of its greatest weaknesses. Speaking of the Core Four, I found that these four characters weren't really interacting enough throughout this season, which is one of the best aspects of Season 1 and 2 was when we got to see these four characters helping each other and the dynamic between them. But unfortunately here, they're all separated into their own storylines. Thankfully, these individual arcs are strong enough on their own to allow this separation to feel justified and actually work. In regard to the stories themselves, I felt like they were perfect for the bizarro world of Riverdale. You had things like an underground fight club, a deadly board game, and a supernatural cult, which altogether felt like a weird puzzle that was pieced together with campy drama, emotions, and pop culture references galore. While some of these elements felt drawn out at times throughout the season, they do become fully realized at the end and create some satisfying conclusions. As for the performances, they are as expected for a campy teen drama, with none of the younger cast really standing out. However, of the older cast, I found that notables were Skeet Ulrich and Mark Consuelos, as well as newcomers Gina Gershon and Chad Michael Murray. These four characters seemed to steal every scene they were in, as many of them went through huge transformational arcs throughout this season. As for the elephant in the room, it was definitely sad to see the final scenes of Luke Perry's Fred Andrews, who was definitely one of the stronger adult characters in this show. I'm curious to see what they do going forward with this loss and how it will affect Archie and the people around him. In my opinion, with one successful spin-off in Sabrina the Teenage Witch and another coming up in Katie Keene, I feel like the CW needs to add another crime-fighting teen family to their live-action lineup. Perhaps someone with a dog and a groovy van? So, with the thoughts heard, here's our final word. This season of Riverdale embraces its campy tone in creating a bigger, creepier teen drama set in small-town America. While it removes the focus on the Core Four as a group, its layered storytelling gives strong character development to the ensemble in a darker atmosphere that shows that only these events could happen in the world of Riverdale. From its cast, characters, and creepy setting, this season of Riverdale continues to live in the world it is meant to. So I'm gonna say it's worth the watch. And that's our recap and review of Season 3 of Riverdale. If you've seen it, what did you think? Was it worth the watch? Let us know in the comments below. I'm Dylan Phillips, and thanks for watching.